Hello and welcome to our intuitive nutrition community. Brent and I are here to just share some tasty tools with you and invite you into meeting with us monthly and just talking about some important things when it comes to your health and your nutrition and intuition.
Yes, welcome everybody. Our overall concept that kind of birthed through us a few years back was love yourself, love your food. So when you join us here, you can definitely expect that we dive into all of those topics that support your wellness through nutrition, intuition, but it's all rooted in love with alternative options that maybe you've not ever tried on before. We love to be playful and have fun. And this month's topic that we're inviting you all in to play with is mindfulness and boundaries.
And I love that you use the word birth and how things are birthed because you have two amazing little girls, little babies that you have birthed. But in this journey that you and I have been on together, like we have supported each other through birthing new habits, new opportunities, new ways of thinking, new ways of digesting, new ways of eating. And so that's part of what we'll be sharing with you is let's just try it on, see if it works for you. And everybody's different. Everybody has a different body and a different system. So trying on different things is what we're here to help you through, talk through that and help you take on those new habits so then you can live your best life.
And I love that you brought up the habitual way of living and that maybe there's a new chapter, a birth. That's been a theme that I've been feeling coming through pretty heavily as a channel and a medium and being open to receiving and embracing change within me and outside of me. I've been seeing this theme come through collectively around embracing the newness by honoring the death process in grieving, but then really practicing mindfulness, but maybe in new ways. And so the message that keeps coming through is stop filling your new cup, your new vessel with old habits, old people, old places, old experiences, and to meet yourself where you are now, even if you're still getting to know yourself. And mindfulness practices are huge in that wellness arena because as you go through a big transition in life, no matter what it is, there is a death process and a grieving process and a loss of what once was. And the mind can get really loud. And mindfulness is simply the practice of bringing presence and awareness to the mindset and what thoughts are coming in and being able to be empowered in your choices. So when we talk about mindful meals, that's being very mindful about what you're consuming, being present with your meals and practicing presence, practicing mindfulness, and it's all rooted in simply awareness. So that's some of the tools that kind of want to come through this month, because I feel like the mind is really loud right now with doubt, with fear, with limiting beliefs, with versions of you that you once were, that's trying to keep pulling you back to the same routine that once worked, that once was your wellness routine, even, right? It was serving you. It just isn't now. And so now it's not working, and we can get really defeated and not know what to do with the new and embrace it. And it's just an invitation to be curious and playful. And maybe we'll bring some new tools in that you haven't tried before that actually could support this chapter of your journey.
Yes. As you're saying tools, my mind is going like when it comes to meals and tools, like, do you need to pull out the knife and cut that bad habit? And if you do, like, how do you make that behavior change? What are the things that you need to do so you don't revert back to those habits that you were doing before? And it takes mindfulness. It takes just setting up like how to react in a situation when you are presented with something that would make you go back to that old habit. So we'll be
Mm.
teaching you those tools. And I was just thinking, like a spoon, like, do you need to spoon feed yourself? Do you need to fork feed yourself? Do you need to use that knife to cut, cut something out, cut someone out, cut a food out, whatever it needs to be? That's what we're here to help you with.
Yes, I love that invitation for the different tools, and I'd love to give a small taste here of a couple tools because that's why we do it. We want to just share, and we have fun doing this. And one tool that came to me this morning around mindfulness and around choice points and maybe cutting out something that no longer serves, maybe toxic thoughts. Um, it's, the mind is connected to the nervous system. And our thoughts then can trigger our nervous system to go into fight or flight or freeze and be dysregulated. And when we're not centered in polyvagal theory, that's rest and digest, we're not able to assimilate anything that we take into our body. Even if it's really good for us, our digestive system has a hard time assimilating food and life or making decisions that are rooted in centeredness and presence. So one tool that came to me this morning was as these thoughts are coming into you or you're trying to break these habits and it's getting stressful, tune into your nervous system and do maybe some nervous system regulation practices. And one that came through to me recently was around massaging the vagus nerve that can run through here and it can actually come through the ears and down into the neck. But there's an ear massage where you just lightly put your finger in your ear and then you kind of press down and you're massaging your ears. And this morning I was doing both sides and look at what my hands are doing. It was like la 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 la. I don't want to listen to you thoughts anymore, right? Like it was a way for me to playfully be with some of these thoughts. I was having a lot of guilt in my mothering journey of wanting to do things outside of just mothering, not just either, because that's so discrediting to the mothering role, right? It's the biggest, most, I think, now that I've been in it, humbling and important role for humanity. You're literally nurturing and growing the future of humanity. So to all the mothers out there, whether you actually have birthed a child or you're just mothering in nature, it's all within us, men too. Thank you for the nurturing mothering side of you. It's needed and it is not easy. And nervous system regulation and mindfulness is huge so that we can nurture that relationship with the littles. And so being playful, try that out when you start to hear those thoughts of doubt, of blame, of guilt, of shame. Um, try that on, and at the same time, watch for your body to just soften. Like I could feel my shoulders going up today when my little 2-year-old was like challenging my boundaries and poking and checking and trying to figure out how works in this world and pushing me to my limit so that I could grow and I could hear myself getting negative into myself and like thinking I could do better and should do better or should be this like loving, calm, almost passive. It's actually passive. And then I get so passive that I'm aggressive. And it's like, no, loving, gentle parenting and presence with myself and others is lovingly assertive and strong and grounded. So that's the tool for you to take on today is to try that. Watch your mindset, watch the noises that come in and work with your nervous system so that you can stay present and grounded with everything that comes around you. And you can start to expand your capacity to be with the discomfort because the discomfort is going to continue to grow because it actually feels safe enough to come up and be seen and be surfaced and let go. We have to actually see it first to make a choice. So if you are having a lot of hard times, stress, discomfort, invite without bypassing and minimizing the discomfort, honor it and love it, and then challenge to say, what is it that I could love more? And maybe love looks like boundaries. So that was our other topic for this month was mindfulness. And from that tends to be an opportunity for a boundary setting. So I'd love to hear what Brandy has to say about boundaries, what that might have brought up for her.
Yeah, as we're going into the holidays, when it comes to friends and family, we're probably spending some more time with people that we care about and love. And sometimes it's unpleasant, sometimes it's loving and it's happy, but family time can also be very stressful and unpleasant. So we'll be talking about boundaries and how do you set those boundaries? How do you stick with those boundaries when it comes to food and relationships? And then we also will practice with you. We can set up the scenario of like, okay, just tell us about like where you want to set a boundary and who you want to set a boundary with, and we will help talk you through like this is how we will practice what we preach. We will practice what how you're going to react, how you're going to speak, how you're going to act around those people when it comes to probably things that you have gone through over the years. Every single year at Christmas time, mom is like, why aren't you eating, why aren't you eating, why, you know, you need more food, you need more food. And like, how do you set that boundary to make sure that she knows that she's loved and she knows that you love her food, but your boundary is here that I don't want more food. I'm good. I'm full.
Mhm. Yes, I love that. And it's perfect timing because we do sometimes see cyclical patterns come through and we go revisit when we visit our family to get to some roots of things and get stronger in our empowerment. And it's such a great way and a great practice to do it outside of that because when we're in it, it's really hard to hold in there if you don't have a solid practice. So like to be able to use this container to come one, like give that a voice, you know, that frustrated part of you that doesn't isn't quite strong enough to go tell the mother-in-law whatever it is or the father-in-law or you know whatever boundary that you don't feel safe having around people that you care about because you're concerned about the relationship dynamics. um that's what we can practice so that when that presents itself, you can be lovingly assertive versus the passive aggressive because we genuinely don't want to hurt others, right? But we need to be able to love ourselves without hurting others and love others without hurting ourselves. And then really diving inward to see, well, what does that actually mean? And And for boundaries, it's discernment and being able to be an advocate for yourself. And no means no. And then you can get a little bit more assertive when that's not respected. And you can invite someone in and challenge their pushing of your boundaries without persecuting them. So it takes practice though. And when it's rooted in something maybe from a past experience that was uncomfortable, or you didn't have that opportunity, or you weren't taught that boundaries were okay, you didn't have that modeled, it can really throw your nervous system into a whack because you actually think that that's not okay and it's not safe. And it's to challenge that and reprogram that. So why not come do it in a fun container where we can do some parts play? We can offer that up and you can be really rooted in love with some alternative words and practices as you head into this holiday season, whatever you might celebrate, or any circumstance in life that you come to interact with others. We're relational beings. And so if we want to relate in love, now's the time to maybe bring on some alternative wellness practices and ways of being that we may have never experienced before. So let's build some new patterns together and in total play and see what feels good. It's an invitation to come have some fun with us. Every month, we're going to meet third Monday of the month, 7 to 8 Eastern time zone. And there'll be a link down below that you can click to add it to your calendar to join into the monthly call. And then you can always reach out to us and connect with us if you want to understand further about it or if you have any technical issues. Just let us know. We're happy to get you on the calendar invite, and we hope that you can come join us and bring something with you. And it never fails that the group comes together, bring something really cool, and it's all part of the unfolding every month. So if you feel called in any way, even to simply come observe, know that that is your call into this group and to answer the call. It's free. Come, come support yourself and receive and give and participate and have fun and play with us.
Yes, we're excited to have you. And this is what Brent and I love to do. And you get both of us, so you get double trouble here. And we're just here to support you and care for you and just help you to, dive a little bit deeper into your intuition and your nutrition.
Yeah, and I hope you guys can follow our channel on YouTube and get to know us a little bit more while you get to know yourself a little bit more. So we hope to see you there.
All right. Bye.